It all began in a small village in Malacca. There once lived a widow, Mak Kuntum, and her daughter Seri. Mak Kuntum had to go out and work, while little girl Seri took care of the chores. One day, Seri ate too much sugus candy, trying to overdose on it, but failed and got hyperactive from all the sugar. Her clumsy ass then accidentally spilled coconut milk into the cooking rice. "Fuck," said Seri, and she continued eating sugus. Mak Kuntum came back from a hard day of work and sniffed something was off from the kitchen. "What the fuck is that smell, you ungrateful bitch?" Seri then replied, "Nasi Lemak," and thus the greatest dish of all time is created, standing next to Angry Birds. Seri, a literal genius, should be awarded the Nobel Prize on a stage. And also give her sugus. Nasi Lemak then went on to leave its legacy and became the most loved dish in Malaysia. You're Cina, eat Nasi Lemak. You're Indian, makan Nasi Lemak. You're Iban campur blood with bidayu, Nasi Lemak. You're Malay, you built in Nasi Lemak. You can barely find anyone who doesn't like Nasi Lemak, and if you manage to find one, that's what we call an abortion failure. No one in Malaysia would find Nasi Lemak bad. Only the ones who overly fancy Western cuisine will call Nasi Lemak a peasant dish, and they will proceed to eat snails in a French restaurant that costs 50 ringgit a plate. The thing is, people who don't like Nasi Lemak should get their IC revoked and get sent out of the country. Now let's take a closer look at this tasty looking Nasi Lemak that is made by some random makcik outside your house. First with the rice. It's as white as Jamie Oliver. Smell it and you will get a good whiff of the strong santan. Since you can't taste it, lick the screen and imagine the rich santan flavor you get from the rice. Moving on to the soul of Nasi Lemak, the sambal. Looks red enough to kill a non-spicy eater. Now move your attention to the egg. It's covered with sambal, which is really good. The peanuts and the anchovies, a couple with a healthy relationship that won't get divorced. Now, take a step back and take a look at the entire picture. What do you see? You will probably see an ordinary Nasi Lemak bungkus, but what I see is a gorgeous woman with a series of perfect interior content who won't yell back at me. It's a 10 out of 10. And get this, she will let me eat her out whenever I'm hungry. With consent, of course. You're gonna have a good life if marrying Nasi Lemak was possible, and you would have a stress-free lifestyle living together with your beautiful wife. It's a very healthy relationship, but when it comes to your health status, it's gonna be bad. I mean, come on. We really can't deny Nasi Lemak it's unhealthy cause look at the amount of oil they pour in order to make their sambal. Don't forget the anchovies cause they are deep fried too. And the roasted peanuts? They're good. I remember back when I was in standard 6 and I had to write a short essay and introduce Nasi Lemak in an English exercise book. I wrote something like, "Dear English teacher, Nasi Lemak tastes amazing, but it's not really healthy to consume it." She was pissed. She openly yelled to the class and said we had to glaze hard on the topic, no matter if it's good or bad. If the essay topic was the Holocaust, I would have to wipe Hitler's ass and write that the Holocaust was good for the human population. And from that day on, I finally realized it's not the government's education department that is controlling the education system. It's Nasi Lemak that is controlling all the teachers' minds cause it is just that good. No one can resist it. And also that's how I know Nasi Lemak is the greatest dish in Malaysia. But even greatness can be ruined by frauds. You know what's worse than identity fraud? Fake Nasi Lemak lovers. Here are the criteria for true Nasi Lemak lovers. They eat everything on the plate and don't leave a single drop of sambal or curry or even a single grain of rice. As a non-food waster, I think it's alright for people to leave a portion of food on the plate and walk off, and that's fine by me, even though my inner demon is screaming to be released to kill those wasteful fuckheads. But in terms of Nasi Lemak, we are talking about our national dish here. No excuse can justify the action of disrespecting Nasi Lemak by not finishing it. These people shouldn't have the right to vote, take away their driving license, take away their human rights, and take away their shoes. I want them to feel the heat when they step on the ground during a hot day. Picky eaters who claim to love Nasi Lemak are even worse. "Peanuts are a no-no for me cause I have a nut allergy." Just eat it and worry about your life later. Roasted peanuts in Nasi Lemak are more important than your life at this point.
I don't like anchovies cause it tastes fishy.
My favorite part of Nasi Lemak is the anchovies. You don't want them? Give it to me. Your mom's Kitty's Playhouse tastes fishy but your dad still ate it.
I don't eat sambal cause it's spicy.
Delete yourself. Sambal is the most crucial part of Nasi Lemak. It's the backbone of the entire Nasi Lemak and without it, World War III will break out. I also caught one little thing on China. Most of them don't eat egg yolk. Why It contains the most protein in an egg and they choose to avoid it. No wonder why they all look skinnier than a light polar. And also Nasi Lemak never fails to amaze me for how versatile it is. It's traditionally a breakfast meal, but since we have upgraded our time privilege, we can eat Nasi Lemak whenever we want. Breakfast, lunch or dinner, it doesn't matter what time it is, as long as we can easily get obese, it's an elite dish. It's also versatile cause you can carry it anywhere and everywhere in your very palm. Imagine you're walking on the street and one asshole is blocking the way. Just throw Nasi Lemak to his head. The oil on the paper will give him brain cancer. So, in a nutshell, Nasi Lemak is the goat of Malaysian cuisine. As far as I'm concerned, no one can come close to Nasi Lemak cause it is the very top tier of the list. Other than chicken rice.